Hello and welcome to the Realistic Velocity Racing League. Round 3 takes us to the Zandvoort circuit in the Netherlands. We are prepared to go for an 18-minute qualifying session followed by a 36-lap race. Who will come out on top on the circuit that is set to host its first Formula 1 race for 36 years later this season? Well, the championship at the moment sees the driver ahead by 10 points over Hayden in second place, who won last time out for McLaren. Then it's Leclerc, who had won the first race in Melbourne, in third, who's tied on points with him. Then it's Just Secret in fourth on 25 points and Cobalt in fifth on 15. And in the constructors, Alpine are ahead by 10 points over McLaren and Red Bull, with Mercedes a further point behind in fourth place. So there's a long way to go yet in the championship. 18 minutes of qualifying. We'll find out who will start where. Now, considering there are only 10 drivers competing in qualifying, wherever the drivers end up, they will be starting the race on that compound. Do feel free to get involved in the conversation as well if you're watching us live on YouTube. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And there is a car heading out on circuit now, and it's Leclerc. Oh, he's gone into the barrier there on the pit exit. That's not good news. That's not a good start to his session. It's a short lap. It is the Zandvoort circuit. We are looking at around a 1 minute 8 or 1 minute 9 for pole position. .2 kilometres, I should say. 2.6 miles it is. I actually cannot wait for the Dutch Grand Prix to be happening, which we're not too far away now. The Dutch Grand Prix is in fact 4 weeks away from now. And Leclerc is about to start his first flying lap. He did miss Bahrain due to unknown reasons. But he's back in the cockpit now, raring to go. And here we go for a lap of Zandvoort. So we've got 9 drivers out on circuit now. Will's just come out on circuit in the Aston Martin. We've also got a couple of new drivers involved. There are Bougadou in the AlphaTauri and Cohen in the Alfa Romeo. But Leclerc is on a... So Leclerc just coming towards sector 2 now. The DRS opens. There is a yellow flag. That'll be due to Cohen just getting out of the way of those who are on flying laps. I think one of the McLarens has gone off at turn 3, and it's Hayden. So Hayden spun into the wall. Not sure what's happened there, but he's continued on. Leclerc is about to complete a flying lap in the Red Bull then. And it's a 1 minute 11.0. So that's the time for everyone else to beat. Just Secret is on a better lap than Leclerc so far. And it's a 1 minute 11.1. They lost time in the last sector. The AlphaTauri of Bougadou is next. This lap's not so quick. It's a 1 minute 12.9. The driver next behind, a 1 minute 11.6, so he goes third with that. The Lone Wolf is next. So the rocky start to the season so far. Crashed out in Melbourne. He scraped a points finish, I believe, last time out in Bahrain. So 1 minute 13.3. So just looking at the Lone Wolf, I don't think he's picked up a point so far, unless I'm mistaken. No, he hasn't. Last time out in Bahrain. Well, he finished in P4 in Bahrain. My apologies. And someone's gone for a spin. It's the AlphaTauri there of Bougadou. Needs to get going again. Here's Will, who's on a flying lap. Gone through sector 2. I'm not sure if he's on a faster time than before, though. Next in the banking. And this will be a 1 minute 11 for him. It's a 1 minute 11.8. He goes 4th. And Kieran Green's gone round in the Mercedes. And Cohen's backed off on this lap. Not sure why, though. Kieran Green's carried on, although I think he's got damage to his rear wing. Yeah, you can just see on the right-hand side of his rear wing he's got damage, which is not ideal. And Cohen opens the line, that's nowhere near representative. So Bougadou on a lap in the AlphaTauri. Four tenths up from before, so he's on course to be in a low 1 minute 12. Lone Wolf not getting out of the way, does so now. So 2 more turns to negotiate before the pit straight for Bougadou. And it's going to be a 1 minute 12.6. He did lose time in the last sector. And Will and Lone Wolf nearly making contact there. And in fact, Will's been penalised. So Will go back 5 places on the grid. And Kieran Green posting his first time. That's nowhere near representative. Cohen's on a much better lap than before, though. And it's a 1 minute 13.7. Cohen goes behind the Lone Wolf with that lap. So Cobalt set off 24.4 in sector 1. In sector 2, it's a 49.3 by sector 2. Should expect him to be in the top 5 on the grid, I would say. So Cobalt over the line. It's a 1:10.8, and he goes to the top of the timing pages with that. So Cobalt on provisional pole position. What can Hayden do, though? Winner last time out in Bahrain. So Hayden over the line. It's a 1:10.9. He goes second. So Cobalt top by a 10th over Hayden, with Leclerc and Kieran Green not far behind. So it's a close qualifying session so far, as the driver makes his way back into the pit lane. And Just Secret's gone for a spin, pushing too hard, clearly. Leclerc off as well. Kieran Green, I think he's on another flying lap at the moment. He's 2 tenths up from before, so potentially going fastest as long as he keeps his lap tidy for the remainder of the lap. One of the Red Bulls has gone off. That's Leclerc, who is just getting out of the way. Green looking to go to the top of the timing pages here. Only good enough for second. He lost time in the last sector. Hayden is also on a flying lap. coming back into the pits. So Will is back out on circuit. I think Kieran Green's gone for another. So he's gone for another lap. He's just backed out of his. Will's on an out lap. So the top 5 separated by just under a quarter of a second. So Cobalt is ahead, and it's Green, half a tenth adrift. Hayden not too far behind in 3rd place. Will looking to go faster than before here. His time is a 1 minute 11.8. He's nearly a tenth up from before in sector 1, although he's gone wide at turn 7. I don't think he's on for a good lap here, to be quite honest with you. He lost time at that corner. He's just gone through. Cohen's just gone round for a spin, and he's damaged his front wing. He's a tenth up by sector 2 as well, but this is not really setting the world alight. The driver is also on a flying lap now. We'll go to him next. Will crosses the line. It's a 1:11.6. It's a better time, but he stays 7th with that effort. The driver on a better lap than before. Can he get himself in the mix with Cobalt, Green, Hayden and Co? Not with that effort there, and he's spun. He's hit the wall. I think the damage has been reduced for this particular race, I think, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, he's backed out of this lap, and he'll have to go again. Here's Boudigou in the AlphaTauri. He aims for a good result on debut. Quarter of a second down from before, so he's not on a good lap. Doesn't look as though he's going to be improving his time here. Cohen's on a better lap than before so far, though. As is Leclerc, as he aims to go back to the top of the timing pages, but he's backed out of this lap. He must have made a mistake somewhere. Just secret. He's just started the flying lap, as is Kieran Green. Cohen looking to improve on his 1:13.7. And it's a 1:13.1. He goes up to 9th with that. Hayden next up for McLaren. He's about to cross over the line. And it's a 1:11.4, which is not good enough to elevate him up. Next up is the driver. Over 3 tenths up from before in sector 2. And his lap, good enough to put him only 6th. So despite finding nearly half a second on that lap, he remains 6th. And Hayden has stopped out on circuit. Now he's supposed to retire in the pits, not on circuit. And I hope that doesn't cause problems for others. So I think Hayden's going to have the book thrown at him for that. And Kieran Green continuing to go round for a spin. His teammate goes past. And Leclerc looking to go faster than before here. It's a 1:10.2, and he goes fastest by 6 tenths over Cobalt. So Leclerc on provisional pole position at this moment of time. Cohen will be making his way back into the pits. And from what I've been told, that the damage wasn't put on by the host. So once qualifying's over, there'll be a lobby restart. And the damage will be applied for then. So we'll just wait until qualifying is finished. And then we'll have our grid for the race. Just Secret is in 5th position. He's on a better lap than before, so he may go onto the front row here with this effort that he's producing. And it's a 1:10.5, and he does go to the front row. So that reduces the arrears between Just Secret and Leclerc. Cobalt on a better lap than before in the AlphaTauri. There's been a coming together on the exit of Tarzan. I'm not sure what's happened between Will and Cohen. Cobalt nearly 2/10 up by Sector 2. So Cobalt coming through the last turn, rear wing open, and he was only 3rd. He did improve by over 2/10, but not good enough to move him up the order. Kean Green coming up to Cohen, who is on an outlap, so he should be moving out of the way by this point. And he does so now. Kean Green almost turning in on him as he's going through. Rear wing open on Green's car. And he doesn't improve his time. But over a minute remaining before the checker flag falls. Bidigo is looking to improve on his time. He's set at 1:12.6. What's his time like in Sector 2? He's 3/10 up from before, but he's nowhere near challenging 7th place Will, who will be going back 5 spots on the grid, which is likely to be last position. So Bidigo crossing over the line. It's a 1:12.0. Goes 8th, over 3/10 away from Will's time, that is 7th. Here's Cohen on a flying lap in the Alfa Romeo. And 400ths up from before. So over the line comes Cohen. No improvement. He stays 9th with that. Will crosses over the line in the Aston Martin. Improves by 2/10, but he stays 7th. The driver goes up to 6th with his latest effort. Or stays in 6th place, but he did improve his time. Next up is Boudigu, who's backed off on his lap. So he will not be improving. I doubt that Cohen will be improving, although he is on a fine lap. So it looks as though Leclerc has done enough to take pole position, as he's just spun on the exit of turn 10 there. But he's kept hold of that position anyway. So we'll stay with Cohen just to see if he does actually improve his lap time. It's a 10th up from before in Sector 2. Cohen, green wing open. No improvement from him, so he stays 9th. So Leclerc is on pole position for the Dutch Grand Prix, ahead of Just Secret. And once qualifying and the grid's confirmed, then there'll be a lobby restart to make sure the damage has been put on. So Leclerc's on pole ahead of Just Secret, with Cobalt and Green making up the second row. Hayden is 5th ahead of the driver, with Will going back 5 spots on the grid for his collision with the Lone Wolf. Bidigo goes up to 7th then, with Cohen 8th, and Will start ahead of the Lone Wolf at the back. And in case any of you are wondering, if you just joined us, why we're in the menu and not racing at the moment, it's because the owners or the hosts of the lobby are needing to put the damage on like they did for qualifying. So once we do get an invite and we're back into the lobby, we'll provide you with the next update. Right, we're just going to exit the game and then go back into it. So we're just going to pause the broadcast for a moment.